and we invest in companies that have a history of increasing dividends year after year after year. So what are the next steps? The next steps would be to take the complete Simply Investing course, where we cover all of the 12 rules of Simply Investing. The course is split up into 5 modules, and they cover everything you need to know to start investing right away. There is a Simply Investing workbook that's included, and a step-by-step checklist that covers the 12 rules, so you know exactly when to buy. More importantly, also to know when to sell. So we talk about that in the course. We also cover all of the risks involved in investing. How do we minimize all of those risks when it comes to investing? And how do you create a portfolio? How do you go about buying stocks? So all of that is covered. The 5 modules take a little over 2.5 hours to complete, but you can do the course at your own pace. So there's no deadline. You can repeat any of the modules, or you can repeat the entire course at any time. So we do give you lifetime access to the course, and it's available online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There's 3 packages that are available. The basic package gives you the complete course. The value package, again, you get the complete course, plus you get lifetime membership to the members only forum. The forum is a great place to ask questions. There's a lot of investors on the forum. Some of them are expert, been doing this for many, many years. We've got some beginners in there. So it's a way for everyone to learn from one another, also to ask questions. So I'm on the forum all the time. The other great thing is, once a month I do publish a list of 10 undervalued US companies and 10 undervalued Canadian companies once a month to the members only forum. So be careful, it's not a buy list. I still encourage you, and I highly recommend, you still have to go through the 12 rules, but it gives you a starting point. It gives you stocks that you can begin to look at. So that's all on the online members forum. The premium package, you get the complete Simply Investing course, lifetime access to the course, lifetime access to the members only forum, and a 60-minute phone consultation with me to go over any specifics, your specific portfolio if you're trying to construct, whatever your specific situation happens to be. So I'm available for that. I'm also available for any other consultations that you may require. We can either do them over the phone or via email to discuss in detail your specific situation to cover that. The course itself does cover everything from start to finish. So we give you everything you need to start being a successful investor from day one. The link at the bottom left-hand corner there, simplyinvesting.com/course outline, will have lots more information on our website. So I want to thank you for taking the time out of your busy lives to attend the Simply Investing webinar today. I hope it was very useful, and I've given you a lot of information that you can use to become a successful investor. So we do have some time for questions now. I'm going to do my best to answer them. If we do run out of time, you can email me questions. My email address is at the bottom left hand side of the screen, and I'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. Now I just want to mention before I get into some of the questions, please do keep in touch. There's lots of ways to keep in touch with me. The blog is one spot, Twitter, Facebook, and obviously our website. So you can use any of those ways to get in touch. I'd be more than happy to get in touch with you and answer any questions you may have. Okay, let's get to the questions. The first one up is, what do you think of index funds? Now, I touched on index funds a little bit in the webinar. The only problem I have with index funds is that I don't know when they're undervalued, because they're investing in so many different stocks that you may get some stocks that are undervalued, but you're also inadvertently buying stocks that are overvalued, because you don't have control over which stocks the fund manager is going to buy. In the case of index funds, it's probably a computer that's got an index of stocks that it's putting the money into. So that's the only issue I have with index funds. I think the Simply Investing approach is a lot better, and in my experience, I've done quite well in the approach of buying quality stocks when they're undervalued. So buying index funds, putting money into index funds, you don't know when the fund is undervalued or if all of the stocks that are in that index are undervalued. And they're not going to be. At any given point in time, Even during a recession, there's some stocks that are undervalued and there's some stocks that are overvalued. That's why I'm not a very big fan of index funds, but they are certainly better than buying sort of the actively managed mutual funds, because like we said, the majority of mutual funds underperform the stock market. So at least an index fund is going to give you the stock market's performance over the long term. Here's another question. Someone is saying, I'm asking, I'm saving up to buy a house in 2 to 3 years. Can I put that money into stocks? And the answer to that is no. Not just stocks, but even mutual funds. If you're saving money to buy a house in 2 to 3 years, or saving money for a car that you want to buy next year, or to go on vacation in 18 months, do not put that money into stocks or mutual funds, because mutual funds are just turning around buying stocks anyway. This is a long-term strategy. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme, so you're not going to be a millionaire overnight, and you're not going to make lots of money overnight. It takes time. It takes time for stock prices to go up gradually, and it takes time for dividends to increase. They increase. Some of the companies increase every year, but they're doing it, 10 cents here, 15 cents here. It's not a whole lot of money, so over time is when it's going to make the big difference. In the short term, stock prices go up and down. So let's say you've put in, $20,000, and you're thinking that in 24 months you're going to take that money out because you're going to buy a house. But in 24 months, let's say that 20,000 is now worth $16,000. Then what are you going to do? You're not going to be able to buy the house. It's only worth 16. You were hoping it would have had $20,000 in there or more, and then you're stuck. So you don't want to be in a position where you get stuck and you're forced to sell, because who knows 24 months from now, are we going to be in another recession? Our stock price is going to go down even more, and then when you sell low, that's the worst time to sell. So you don't want to put yourself into that position. So investing for the long term, for your retirement, that's a good place to put money in stocks. Or what I recommend is 5 to 10 years. So if this is money that you don't need in 5 to 10 years, then that money can go into stocks, and that's how you should be investing. But definitely do not put money in stocks for anything less than that. Anything less than 5 years, I would recommend you do not put that money in stocks. Better to keep it in a term deposit or a GIC. At least that way your capital is guaranteed and your interest rate is guaranteed. You know exactly what to get at the end of the 1 year or 2 year term deposit. So we've got another question here. It says, what if I have questions after I've completed the Simply Investing course? So that's not a problem. Most times we use the forum, the members only forum, answer questions that people may have. So the forum is the best place to go to if you do have any questions. We do cover a lot of questions and answers that we receive from people over the years. That's all been built into the course, and the Simply Investing workbook covers a lot of the material. But if you do find that you get stuck, the members only forum is a very good resource to go to help you move along. Okay, so here's another question. Why do I need the Simply Investing course? Can't I just apply the 4 rules and buy Coca-Cola shares? Okay, that's a very good question. We do cover a lot of other things in the complete Simply Investing course that we have not covered in the webinar. So for example, how do you know when to sell a stock? That's just as important as to know when to buy a stock. So that's covered in the Simply Investing course. How do you build a portfolio? Well, diversified portfolio of stocks. So that's covered in the Simply Investing course as well. And then we go through all of the risks, and we talk about how to minimize each and every one of those risks when it comes to investing in stocks on your own. So you definitely do need the Simply Investing course. What I've given you today is a very good foundation. We've laid the groundwork for becoming a successful investor, but you do need the course to go through the 12 rules. You need to go through the 12 rules, step-by-step checklist, and then determine whether or not you want to buy shares and even Coca-Cola, whether or not they're worth buying or not at this point in time. So here's a question. Someone's asking whether or not I do one-on-one consulting and if the course is available in person. So the first part, yes, the one-on-one consulting, I am available for that. We can do consultations over the phone or in person if you're in the Ottawa area here in Canada. As for his classes in person, not yet. I don't have anything scheduled for next year as well. We've put the course online to make it easy for people to view the course and do the course from the comfort of their own home. And it makes it available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and it's lifetime access. So a lot of people appreciate that. We were teaching this course in the past in person, but I mean, then when you're done with it, it's about a 3-hour course, and then that's it. There's aside from the Simply Investing workbook, it isn't very easy to go back and look over the, what did I talk about and what did I say. So right now there's nothing scheduled in the near future, but one-on-one consultations, yes, we can do that. So send me an email, let me know what you're looking for, and we can take it from there. Okay, I can see that we're just about done with our time for the webinar. So I want to thank everyone again for attending today's webinar. If there's any questions that we didn't get a chance to get to just yet, please feel free to send me an email, and we'll do our best to answer the questions there. Thank you.